1, 2, 3, 4, hit it! Going out to the hardcore hip hop.
B-side show.
Of course.
B-side.
Hip hop.
B-side show.
Going out to the hardcore hip hop.
B-side.
Of course.
B-side show. B-side. 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 B-side show.
Yeah, you know what time it is, the B-side show.
That's right, baby. Act like you know.
You should by now, man. This is the Oracle edition every fourth Monday, curated by this lady right here,
Yes.
Dani, Killafournya.
Thank you so much, y'all, for tuning in with us tonight. We have a very, very special edition in store for you. We are here to pay tribute and honor to our beloved pillar of the community, General Jeff. Now, some of y'all might be familiar with some of the great works that General Jeff has done. Some of you might know him from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But we are gonna cover all of that, and we have some people who have came down from all around. They've even flown in. They've been busy, but they've made some time out of their schedule for tonight to pay tribute to Jeff and share with you some memories and give you an idea of what is next for us. How we are going to continue the legacy that is General Jeff, Mayor of Skid Row.
Yeah, man, he laid out that foundation, and it's only right we take that torch, you know what I'm saying, and run with it, because it's much needed. It's something that's not done enough of, and salute to him for that work that he's been doing for a lot of years. Rest in peace.
Yes, right. And with that being said, we're gonna play a video for you first. This is a video directly from Jeff, and he is addressing every single one of us in the hip-hop community and all people who rock, listen to music, make music, produce music. He's talking to all of y'all. So please check that video out really quick, and then we're gonna come back in the mix with the elder statesman, Mr. Mark.
DJ Mark Love's feeling it today too. You guys don't want to miss the mix, man. We'll be right back after the video.
Let's do this.
Come on, Jeff. Come on. Yeah. Yo. Yo. Do
That's right. B-side show Oracle edition. Let's get into the mix. DJ Mark Love, let's go.
hit the loot juice. Ed pulls up in the deuce. He gives me the scoop about the fake ass truths and how niggas out there wanna play. I take another hit of the wet and then I blast away. How far, player? Far enough to go off the edge. I push another nigga off the ledge, so I stumble as I slide to the Chevy. Yeah, my eyes kinda teary and gun kinda heavy. I'm a walking dead man is what they call me when I'm coming. Got the big S on my chest, so I'm kinda gunning high powered on my way to the west side to check up on some chickens. It's a hell of a drive, so drive on. As I hit my dodo stick to the break of dawn. Crime fighting's what I do, and niggas in my crew don't take lightly to you busters. And so we say fuck you, then buck you, tuck you in for the night as you think about the paper at the funeral site. So when I'm hanging with the clique and we in demand, I feel good that the city of angels call me Black Superman.
Dipping and tripping, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Hush, man, they just raided your mama house, man. I don't know what they got. I'm broke, man. They looking for us, man. Call me over Peach's house, man.
Now it was once said by an old OG, always trying to come up, yeah, and that's a key. Cause where I'm from, it's like a curse. Cause see, once in a lifetime, everybody did some dirt. I guess it got to me the same. So at the age of 15, I entered the dope game. I had my game locked up tight. In the day I went to school, but I got all night. And when I went to class, I always fell asleep. But I was out like a motherfucker. If somebody beat, my teacher say, boy, can't they wait? I said, no, I got to put some more icing on my cake. I think I saved about 50 G's. I bought a truck, a house, and a coupe on D's. Mom's is tripping, but she really don't know. All I'm thinking, if she ain't on the county, don't know. Before my mama fuck with the county again, I'd rather take the risk of doing 5 to 10. I'm not taking a check, I'm straight making the checks. So now we deserve to get what we wanna get. I got my mama up out of there, because y'all motherfuckers just don't care. You really wanna know why I so scum? Because my mama to me comes number one. Now you sucker motherfuckers don't understand, but to my mama, I'm her real Black Superman. Man, 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 man.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Rodney O, Rodney O, Rodney O, DJ G. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Rodney O, Rodney O, Rodney O, DJ The bass that's in your face, show enough shrugs your face, just like you got sprayed by a can of mace. You see your speaker is moving, everybody is grooving. My song moves along as it starts improving. The highs will get no higher, the bass will go no lower, cause everlasting bass show enough moves a flower. Some people can't take it, they try to plead the case, but you can't get enough of everlasting.
In your face, show enough others great. You're eating anytime, anywhere, any place. You see your belly is moving and your body is grooving. Putting on pound, baby, what you're doing. The cow calories get higher. Your stomach goes no lower. Your overlapping waist show enough hit the floor. Some people can't take it. They try to beat the case, but the girls just love my overlapping waist.
About my friends, about to go and damn near went blind. Young niggas at the pad throwing up gang signs. Ran in the house and grabbed my clip with the Mac 10 on the side of my hip. Bailed outside and pointed my weapon. Just as I thought, the fools kept stepping. Jumped in the foe, hit the juice on my ride. I got front and back and side to side. Then I let the Alpine play. Bumping new shit by NWA. It was gangsta at the top of the list. Then I played my old shit. It went something like this. Cruising down the street. Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Jocking the bitch, slapping the hoe. Went to the park to get the scoop. Knuckleheads out there, cold shooting some hoops. Car pulls up, who can it be? A fresh El Camino rolling Kilo G. He rolled down his window and he started to say, it's all about making that GTA. Cause the boys in the hood are always hard. You come talking that trash, we'll pull your card. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit.
Get the fuck out! Motherfucker say
square. And don't turn your head as if you don't care.
Because they got it.
They got it. They say they got you right in their hands and they don't need no crew. They say they sick and tired of snatching down bars. Cause on the tow trucks, it's making it hard. And by the time they get in to your pad, you done flush it down the toilet. And now they're mad, and so they mad as hell and take you to jail. But you out the next minute, cause you post bail. And on the very next day you say, what the heck? You get a letter in the mail and it's a DA reject. And you're jumping up and down cause it ain't no case. And to the police, that is a waste. But yeah, rock man, you'll see it soon. And you won't hear snatch, you'll hear a boom. You can't stop it, baby. You're better around.
At my door.
my old school tape. Mad with no music, but happy 'cause free. And the streets to a player is the place to be. Got a knot in my pocket weighing at least $1,000. Gold on my neck, my pistol's close at hand. I'm a self-made monster of the city streets. Remotely controlled by hard hip-hop beats. But just living in the city is a serious task. Didn't know what the cops wanted, didn't have time to ask.
Word. High energy, full with the wisdom, sense of a rich man, knowledge in the rhythm. This is what I'm using to come up with a style, so I'll interact all together better with the crowd. Nervous for a second and the record starts spinning, and I fall into the state of mind of what I've just created. Pumping like the doctor, the into the RE suckers ready to leap up on the tip when we made it. Created so I'll never be regarded as a regular, more than just a little bit better than my competitor. You should never underestimate the fashion. I hope for the stage, whether I'm coolin' or thrashing. Cracking the concoction created by me. When read, you read, E equals a D-O to the C. Knowledge and the talent that my mother had born to her equals an artist I won't be worn. What is that, Dre?
It's the formula.
With the wisdom, sense of a rich man, knowledge in the high energy, full with the wisdom, sense of a rich man, knowledge in the rhythm. High energy, full with the wisdom, sense of a rich man. High energy, high energy, high energy, full with the wisdom. High energy, 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 full with the wisdom, sense of a rich man, knowledge in the rhythm. This is what I'm using to come up with a style, so I'll enter high energy, full with the wisdom, sense of a rich man, knowledge in the rhythm. This is what I'm using to come up with a style, so I'll interact all together better with the crowd. Nervous for a second and the record starts spinning, and I fall into the state of mind of what I've just created. Pumping like the doctor, the into the RE suckers ready to leap up on the tip when we made it. Created so I'll never be regarded as a regular, more than just a little bit better than my competitor. You should never underestimate the fashion. I hope for the stage, whether I'm coolin' or thrashing. Cracking the concoction created by me. When read, you read, E equals a D-O to the C. Knowledge and the talent that my mother had born to her equals an artist I won't be worn. What is that, Dre?
It's the formula.
What y'all know about that Bobby Jimmy and the Critters, yo?
And what you know about Mark Love getting busy, y'all?
Y'all. Mark
DJ
gave
Mark
ya
Love
a
ripping
little
it up.
taste, yes.
Hey, killing it, man. That was a sick mix, dog. If you notice, I was doing my unorthodox dance moves all over the place, man. So that's how you know I'm feeling it.
Thank you so much, Mark, for that. We're gonna get back in the mix with Mark in just a little bit. He ended that one with Bobby J and the Critters, y'all. We're gonna play that video in just a little bit. Speaking of that, our guest tonight in the building, we have Stroe doing a beautiful tribute to General Jeff.
Hey, man, Stroe be getting busy. I was just telling him, too, man, I've been peeping out a lot of his latest stuff, man. He's sick with it, and to have him come do this is dope, man. So shout out to Stroe, man. What up, homie?
Yes, we have Claudia Oliveira in the building as well. She's going to talk to us a little bit about inclusionary housing and different ways that we can get involved. There are some organizations. There's one organization that is all inclusive, and she's going to share a little bit about that with us as well.
That's right.
So we're excited about that. And we are waiting for someone who got drenched in a golf tournament today, and he played golf for 3 days straight in a tournament. And this is a seriously well-rounded individual. I'm talking about Arabian Prince.
Back with the style that's hot.
That's right. He gonna come in, drop some knowledge for us. It's gonna be amazing.
That's dope.
But before we get into that, I have Papa Midnight in the building. Big McKnight. He is going to drop some gems. He started the Pop Locking Picnic, and that's right, Poppin' Picnic, Bobby. And he's gonna share some info with us, share some memories with us. Before that, I talked about the call to action. I talked about the message that Jeff left for all of us. But we went into the dancing part. We went into the fun part. But we're gonna watch that call to action right now, and then we're gonna come back.
Let's set it off with that right there, the call to action. Let's go, man. B-side show Oracle edition.
Bang, bang.
You know, right now it's just learn what we talking about, because you know, anybody can jump out on, grab the mic and just like start mumbling, but it means more when you saying something with substance. And so that's why, you know, here on the West Coast in LA, you know what I mean, you know, Skid Row, General Jeff, you know, like I said, we got PE and all the other groups, you know what I mean. And so the whole thing is that we trying to lay the blueprint for all the rest of the hip hop community to catch on with and push what we pushing. But we got a ton, like as a community activist here in Skid Row, we got tons of videos out there. I tell you what, internet search General Jeff and Skid Row, you know, in quotation marks together, and then you're gonna see all the videos, you're gonna see all the documents, you're gonna see all the proof is in the pudding. We've been 5 years worth of groundwork. All right, the blueprint is laid. All y'all got to do is incorporate that and apply that to y'all city. You know, if we'll come to your city, we'll help you push with how you want to help your communities. We're not talking about just the homeless folks, but we talking about anybody that's suffering from poverty anywhere in the United States. We dealing with that. And matter of fact, out around the world. You know what I mean? So it's not about just a Skid Row issue or a homeless issue. I mean, we deal with those issues, but we deal with poor people's issues, if you will. Poor people's issues. And so it's like we trying to rebuild communities. We trying to rehabilitate human beings. You know, we trying to connect people. Let's do things the right way. And so if you really want to be down with what hip hop is really about, it's about uplifting soldiers. And so as people, African Americans, any nationalities, it don't matter. You know what I mean? It's about human beings coming together. And right now, if you can hear my voice, it's time to stand up. Holla. You know, when I go back talk about my Uncle Jim's Army days, you know, Egyptian Lover was our top DJ, and you know, Egypt, man, he's bad to this day, and he's still touring around the, you know, he started his own label, doing his own records, Egyptian Empire Records, and even right now, he's an international superstar and going to different countries and all that. And so when we was Rodney O, the first act that he signed was Rodney O as a solo artist. So Rodney O did Egyptian Lover produced Rodney's first track, These Are My Beats, and so that went around. But Rodney was like, okay, that's cool as far as the Egyptian Lover style of music, but I want to do some more real hip hop. And so then that's when me and Joe Cooley came around, and you know, Everlasting Bass, and This Is For the Homies, and DJs and MCs and all, you know, Cooley High and all that, and we own it, and the rest is history, you know. And then when I left, right after that, it was, you know, But You Don't Hear Me Though, and all that other kind of, I mean, you know, classics back non-stop. So, but the whole thing is that Egyptian Empire Records was official then, because you got Egyptian Lover and Rodney and Joe Cooley like cranking out massive hits, and so then we getting all kind of demo tapes, you know, back then. So they were like, we had a record crate. Well, you know, people were sending like 12-inch mixes, and so you know, I'm bored. I'm going up in there. I'm the type of cat, you know, I'll give back. I'll look out for somebody. If something is hot, let's go. I mean, put them on. You know what I mean? So I'm thumbing through stuff. Let me listen what that sound like. Nah, okay. And so I'm going through the demo tape. I'm listening to everything. Cassettes, you know, CDs. We going way back before digital was born. We talking about the days of analog. So you know, back then it was all about you know what I mean, just like on the wax and cassettes, you know what I mean. And so there was this one group caught my ear, and it was like, yo, they got a little certain swag on their beats, on their production is tight, and then the two they lead MCs is like they got a certain energy, and I'm like, yo man, y'all need to hear this record right here. This is dope. This record is dope. And so then I pushed for it. It was like, yeah, everybody's like, eh. And I was like, man, y'all tripped out, man. I was just wearing it out. People just went like, what is this? What is General Jeff talking about with this group? And finally, Egypt like really like, let me listen. Let me give it a good listen, because General Jeff pushing this real hard, and he was like, yo, that is dope. It is something there in Egypt. When they signed them right then and there, next thing you know, Get Large Posse was on, and so you know what I mean. So yeah, Get Large Posse. So you know, they tried to give me producers credit and all that. That wasn't me. That was the group. I just put them on. You know, and then they went, you know, the contractors, so the group got mad at me because they thought I'm not trying to take no credit. I claim my own credit. I don't even take credit for my own joints, you know what I mean? You know, the work I put on Sugar Free's album, Mossberg, rest in peace, that was when I was in DJ Quick's camp. I mean, it's a whole bunch of acts that I helped put on. There's a whole bunch of tracks and albums and projects that I worked on. You know, I mean, I'm cool. I don't want my name, man. I don't give a damn about my name. Just put the good product out there. That's all. That's what it's all about. That's just like right now here in Skid Row, man. I'm not trying to put my name on stuff. Just help the people. You know what I mean? Don't pay me for nothing. I ain't tripping. It ain't about the money. It's about the good works. You know what I mean? So like these USC students that you hear in the background, yeah, that's what they getting. We got a whole. It's looking like with Jesus and the 12 disciples. We just got the table full of folks, and it's just positive energy in Skid Row, comfortable. Even while we doing this interview. And so that's what it's all about, right? You know. And so, yeah, the Get Large Posse, and that was just one of the many groups that I put on and on and on and on. So, but I'm not finna try to, I don't like bragging, but, you know, the truth is the truth. So we just trying to document history, so I'm not bragging or flossing. This is documenting history. You know, like back in the days, I'm like a serious pop locker. You know, I'll get down. You know, I'll do my thing. You know, and so us hardcore poppers, you know, we were doing our thing, but then Hollywood, you know, found out about the popular dance, and they tried to do whatever. And so they like handpicked, you know, certain art dancers. I mean, they were talented, but you know, they also mixed in Hollywood. You know, surrounded them with Hollywood instead of the real dancers. And it was like, so in the streets, on the underground, we was like, man, that's kind of whack, actually, because it's not the true, they didn't capture the true effervescence of the total scene. And so it was like, so we didn't really, I mean, it was cool. It was kind of, you know, representing us, but it wasn't, they didn't keep it 100, so to speak. And so, you know, I mean, you know, it was what it was, but me personally, I wasn't feeling none of that. So when you ask me questions about that, I'll be like, you got to go talk to them. I was not feeling that. So, I mean, it's cool. And now looking back from it documents a certain period of time, but because the biggest gripe we had was like with Boogaloo Shrimp and Shabba Doo, who they was well respected. But then when they mixed in the modern jazz girl, it was like, wasn't nobody doing no modern jazz and ballet when we hip hopping and all. What is you talking about? Y'all rewriting history. It's like now looking back. And so now you got folks really trying to tell history the right way and go back and really do it the right way. And so it's like, but it's kind of like stunted in this kind, it's kind of, man, it's hard because, to try to recreate certain scenes and certain, it wasn't internet, it wasn't no social media back then. So now you got to go by word of mouth, and just like me, I couldn't even remember the details on the same poetry. So you got a lot of people, there's a lot of misinformation and conflicting stories, and people like rewriting the script like I'm the hero and I was the one that, and it's like that's not accurate, you know what I mean? And so, but you got a lot of different groups, not on the West Coast, but on the East Coast as well, trying to retell, even the birth of hip hop and the birth of graffiti and the birth of breakdancing pop, So, but I mean those is cool periods of time, to say like this is what the scene was. So it's cool. Well, to start off with, just being in the streets of South Central LA, in my neighborhood, I mean, everybody was multi-talented. So, I mean, even like athletics, you know what I mean? So athletics, I mean, whatever the sport was, when it's football season, we played football. When it's basketball season, we played basketball. When it's baseball season, we played baseball. Track. I mean, you name the sport, we did it. Dominoes, whatever we doing, and so being multi-talented, that was a way, and you have to be good at it if you want to, get your rep up in the streets. So that, it's mandatory. So it wasn't just me; it was so many people that was just mandatory talent. So then when the hip hop came around, DJing. So I mean, DJing is obvious. Then after DJing, then all of a sudden, it's like beat producing. You got to make the beats. So being a DJ is easy to program, a drum beat because you know how to make a record because you spin the records as a DJ. So that's how I developed my ear. That's how we all developed our ears. So then you talk about DJing, you talk about beat making. So beatboxing, that's easy because a lot of the stuff when you making a beat, you trying to tap it out. It's like I want a beat that go bum pa con 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 bum con bum 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 con bum ca 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 dibri con bum 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 con, and it's like so then when beatboxing actually came out, it's like you spitting what you hear. That's even better than programming because it's direct and the energy is right there. And so then singing, a lot of people don't know it's singing involved too, but I will not sing right now. Stop it. I see how Adam looking at me now. I'm not. And rest in peace, Whitney Houston. And I will always love you. That's all y'all get. But no, I'm not really finna blow. But yeah, but singing. So it's all about multi-talent. And I just can't help it. But your boy is like kind of good at a lot of different things. I'm not boasting or bragging, but I'm good at what I do. Things I don't do, I can't do. I'm not good at it. Like when it comes to like swimming, brother can't swim. I get in the jacuzzi all day long because I can control my a pool. No, man, I can't. I'm good. I can't. Brother can't swim. So, brother can't cook neither. So all you ladies out there that thought, oh, he's a good catch. Brother cannot cook. I can provide. I can go buy it. I mean, we had a fish spot right now. You want something to eat? Go order it. But you're talking about me, pots and pans. I've never owned pots and pans in my life. And I'm a grown-ass man. Some people that's a damn shame. I ain't never owned a set of utensils. Man, I eat with plastic forks, fingers. Man, give it here, man. That's food. I ain't got time to be playing it. I respect Asian culture. Chopsticks. That's real. That's deep to me. That's like a whole concept within itself. I can't grab. I've been trying. So if I could just learn how to eat with chopsticks, man, look here. Just getting in. I'm trying to feed I'm trying to eat. I'm not trying to, I ain't got time for maybe another life or something, but no. But, but then through all the things that I can do well, of course, I'm a great speaker, being on stage, great performer, great dancer, and on and on and on and on. But let me just be humble about it. I'm all right. I can do some things. I'm all right. But then when I come to Skid Row, and it's like, and then not to mention, so then in first generation hip hop on West Coast, let me just say this first, from being a DJ, we had to hang our post. It wasn't a street team, and you got all these departments, and man, we had to do everything. Passing out flyers to the dead. We had to press them. We had to print them up. We had to put all the names right. You had to pay the printer. So it's a business right there, just to DJ a party. We had to hang our posters. We had to do the radio spots, do the commercials. I mean, we had to do everything in house. Then you got to get on the phone and you got to call the people. Hey, we got a new record coming out. How many copies you want to order? Talking to the record distributors and the record. So we had to be multi-talented, not to mention acting and all that. And so there's so many different talents that you have to take just to get your career off the ground. You know what I mean? Everybody can build a car, but how to get it on the freeway and get it dry. So you got to get your career off. You got to know how to do it. You're sitting around waiting for somebody else waiting for the phone to ring to somebody say they did something for you. Man, you be waiting forever. I can't wait. I'm a self-starter. I'm a go-getter. You got to go get it. So you got to make it happen. So you got to develop your own skills. And so, you know what I mean? So then we come to Skid Row and community activism. I mean, them same talents carry over. So if I got to go meet with the politicians, if I go create meetings in the community, walk through the community, talking through people, passing out flyers for them dances. Instead of that, now we passing out information to the community, letting them know how they can get help, how they can go to, revitalize their lives and do different things. And so, on and on and on. Now we flying up to, state capital in Sacramento, speaking on different issues and mental illness and all kind of other stuff. And so all those skills, public speaking, you know what I mean? So all those things we did in the hip hop game trans over into social life. And so now they're actually tying back into the hip hop, because now the hip hop community is coming back into what we're doing. So now we take the hip hop world and the community activist world and we bringing them together. So all those skills actually now is perfect fits. It's the same skills, it's the same skills, different product. So it's just like I say, like with my brothers in the street that be out there slanging dope. It's like once you learn how to slang dope and they're real good, it's like, okay, you got salesman skills, but now just instead of being illegal, let's turn it legal. So if you can sell dope, you can sell cars. Or you can sell dope, you can sell houses. If you can run a business, a dope empire, you can run a corporate 500, Fortune 500 company. It's all about the same game, different product. Learn the business. It's all to learn how to business. Go to school, learn how to run a business. When you know how to run a business, you can apply those concepts to any business. It's just a different product. That's all that is. But so we got a different product thing going here. So that's how we get down. And so we got I got some of our folks in the background. They leave, and I'm trying to get it in. But this is really important. So all you young artists out there that were coming up, learn the business. It's one thing it's two side things. You got to learn the creative side. Perfect your craft. You got to learn the creative side, but at the same time, you got to learn the business side. Because I hear a lot of artists, even to this day, even from day one, over 20 years worth of, I hear the same thing. Oh, I'm gonna pay people to, I'm gonna have an accountant. I'm gonna have a manager. I'm gonna have an agent. I'm gonna have my lawyers. You got to pay all those people. Why pay all those people when you can do stuff for yourself? That don't make no sense. And if you don't know the business and they throw some contracts in front of you, you don't know what the hell you looking at anyway. So if they sign a whack contract, they give you a whack contract, you're going to sign it because you don't know. You signing away stuff that you don't know you entitled to. You signing your rights away, you're licensing your name and your image and your likeness. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even know what you signed. Learn the business so you know what you signing, because otherwise you're wasting your time. You're giving away your energy and your creative energy, all your creative content. All the stuff that you created has gone to waste because you're not handling your business. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Learn the business side of the game too. It's real important. Trust me, you're gonna thank me later. It seem like a waste of time. Trust me, you're gonna thank me later. Right now it's just learn what we talking about, because
Y'all, we
Just
had
like
to,
that.
We had to play that call to action. I needed you to hear that message. That message is straight from the mouth of the general himself. And I hope you were moved by that message, y'all. We are not finished yet.
Yes.
We're
actually just getting started. Yeah.
Yes, everybody who needs to be here is here. Everyone who sent a video, thank you so much.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't sent a video yet, you still have some time. You can email Booking the Brilliance. It's actually in Mark Love's bio, if I didn't say it clear enough. Email a video with your tribute to General Jeff or some words to his family and survivors. That's us, y'all. We are his survivors, and we have a lot to do. It's just the beginning. He has passed the torch to me and you.
Let's do this,
Yes.
man. So we're going to get into a special segment right now, too. You can hear the backdrop right now. Mark Love's getting biz with it. Hey, you ready? You going to introduce him, man?
Well, hold up a second because he's not exactly ready yet. I do want to say something. Okay, everybody has seen me up here. If you don't know, my name is Mark Love. I should take the mask off, but I want to take a chance. Look, I'm here tonight. My man, General Jeff, to put it out there, I was homeless for a year. And everybody was telling me that I should contact General Jeff. Now, personally, I didn't want to do it because of pride, but my friend was like, hey, man, let's let people know on Instagram and on Facebook that, you know, just let them know that you're okay at least. Let them know your situation. You're okay. Make videos and say, hey, I'm on the corner of I'm on the corner of Aerodrome and La Cienega or Sycamore and whatever, and I'm about to go to sleep on the bench here, but I'm okay. Just let everybody know I'm here. I'm good. Everything's fine. And Jeff found out, and he was like, bruh, I mean, there's places you can come out here in Skid Row. There's places look, I'll give you a whole bunch of people that can help you out. And even though I knew this person, he mentioned Danielle. If y'all don't know who that is this woman right here, Dani Killafournya. And Dani Killafournya did everything that she could possibly, humanly possible, to get me back on my feet to where I'm Mark Love again. This is why she's my manager. She's also my partner. She's my muse. This woman right here has made me Marcus Randell McLaurin, a.k.a. DJ Mark Love, the elder statesman, and all the other surnames. But Marcus McLaurin would not be living if it wasn't for Jeff and Dani. And this is why I'm here tonight for Jeff. Jeff Page, he's done so much, and there's so many other stories out there like mine of people that helped him. And that's why we wanted to show him honor. Yeah, it's cool to say give flowers when they're alive. No. I'm old school. So what I will say is I pay respect when respect is due.
That's right.
And this man is due respect when he was here and when he's not here. And if you respect this man and what he's done, like I have, like I do, and I'm really trying not to cry. I'm cried out. I'm really trying not to cry. But if you guys respect, make a video, say some beautiful words, tell a beautiful story. Let's honor him the right way. And don't get it twisted. There's going to be more honoring down the way. I'm talking like murals, streets, all that. But I'll get into that another time.
Yeah,
later.
that's for later.
That's for later. But
right now we in the zone.
Exactly. I want to thank Dani. I want to thank Rabbit. I want to thank Shaye for having me here 2 months in a row. I'm damn near a regular and shit here.
Oh, well, yeah, you got there. We have a room on the side
exactly.
Too, if you want to crash out on the couch.
Exactly. And there it is there. But I want to thank all of them because they have done the most to make me feel comfortable, and they have honored old school OGs. I won't say old school. They've honored West Coast hip hop to the fullest. Dani, Rabbit, Shaye, they do this every Monday. Dani does this once a month, Oracle edition. She honors people, the community. And that's what this is about, the community. That's why we have Claudia here. That's why we have Arabian here. That's why we have Midnight here. And we're going through all facets of this man. Jeff started out as a popper, as a pop locker. Then he was a DJ. Then he went into rap, and he hooked up with Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters with that song Roaches. Then with Arabian Prince, no less. Then he moved on to Rodney O and Joe Cooley. And that's where everyone knows him for. Then he left hip-hop and started working as the mayor of Skid Row on the downtown neighborhood council. This man loves people. I don't say loved, he loves people. His spirit loves us. So we need to love him back. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, guys.
Yeah.
And that's
beautiful.
I'm done taking all your time.
Thank
Midnight,
you for
ready?
sharing some of that with our audience. I appreciate that. I really was thankful when you shared the story with me about how Jeff told you that you could trust me when it came to the outreach that I was doing and the advocating. Because it is very hard when you're in a situation where you don't know where you're going to stay, or where you're staying with somebody but you know you're wearing out your welcome.
That's right.
Or you're in a friend's car, or you're in a relationship and it's not the greatest relationship. You know you don't belong there, but you need to stay there because you're trying to get on your feet, but this person isn't allowing you to get on your feet. In fact, they're holding you back.
Message.
Yes. it's a very vulnerable place, and there are people out there who care, who want to assist you in empowering yourself and reaching self-sustainability. So it does exist. You are not alone. General Jeff was one of those people. I am one of those people. We have more people coming. They're going to talk a little bit to you about how you can tap in if you do need assistance, or if you want to help, if you feel moved by Jeff's story and you want to be a part of this legacy, this part of LA, which is community, and it is inclusion, it's wholesomeness. Dude, we're just getting started. So I want you to play a beat that's gonna bring out a little bit of something and a little bit of
Watch how we bring in the first guest.
Yes, this is what we're gonna do right now. We gonna light it up a little bit.
So I did a little DJ part. I'm still going to be DJing for the rest of that's honoring Jeff's DJ ability. Now we're gonna honor his pop locking ability. And by the way, it's called pop locking for the West Coast natives. Because we created that. This is dedicated to all the New Yorkers, especially you, Chris. KRS, my brother, I love you to death. But Fable isn't the inventor of this. This is West Coast style. And this man right here is going to show y'all how it's done.
Let's get it. B-side show, Oracle edition.
Act like you know, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, wow, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is the founder of the OG Poppers Picnic, my man 10 grand, midnight in the place. Let me come over here. Hold up a second. I'm gonna come over here. Y'all got to talking. I'll be over there in a second.
Yeah, we gotta give Papa Midnight a little minute, because that was a mighty workout, and that is what we call,
we can go for hours,
pop logging, baby. Woo! Come on, Mark, join us. Thank you, Rabbit, for hooking up the speaker.
Yeah, let's.
Someone's pointing. Yeah, let's turn that down a little bit.
There you go. There you go.
Let's make that.
Oh, that was thank me for not doing it. Huh? Turn that one down just a little. There we go.
Might want to move the speaker away.
All right, that's better. Thank you,
There
Rabbit.
we go. There
Rabbit,
we go.
he's also our Roadie.
I learned how to multitask. From
Can't
the
you
best.
tell he was with Metallica for like 20 years?
Yeah,
Can't you
yeah.
Look at him, he could tell.
They called me Rabbit. Run, Rabbit, run. Hey, we're here, man. That was dope. Thank you for coming in like that with us, brother.
It's for Jeff. Come on now. I just gotta come on. It's for Jeff.
Can
Yeah.
you
He
guys
do
hear
the
him?
same thing for me.
Yeah, it should be on. Okay, there we go.
It's for Jeff. He would do the same thing for me. So
Yes, he would. So tell us a little bit. I know you got your face covered, like
real friends know who I am. They know.
That's why. That's
like
why
me and you. Me and you go back to 84, 85. You made my first mixtape on 54th in Vermont.
That's right.
In the studios before cats even really had DJ equipment.
This cat came to me and was like, "Hey, Mark Love, I need a tape with like some mixes for you doing your thing. You know, I pop and stuff. I be pop locking." I'm like, "Okay," and we got to talking, and I was telling him, which I will say, while he was up there doing his thing, I was 1 second on coming in and actually popping with you.
Ooh.
That would have been a moment, because I don't do that no more. But I told him that, well, man, I used to pop lock too, so I know exactly what you want to hear.
Right.
And from that moment on, we clicked. I was making them tapes. I was seeing them all over the place, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, I needed that tape for the show I was going to do for the Easter parade, because every year in LA, after Easter, everybody went on Central for the Easter parade. And then I was playing the music that General Jeff, Rodney O, Joe Cooley was mixing. LA Dream Team was mixing.
That's right.
It's like the stuff that I do now. I keep their music going alive. The popping events, the Pop Lockers picnics.
That's right.
The Poppers Ball.
Jeff went to the
street
Poppers
shows.
picnic. He went to the Poppers picnic a few times, didn't he?
He went to a few times. And then when the councilman, when the city realized what I was doing like 9 years, and they had to come personally, and then he had gave me a grant, Councilman Ryu. He had came and gave me $1,000 grant because they was wondering how was I bringing all these people from all over the world to this park. They knew nothing about it. It was all positive. So if you don't hear nothing about an event, obviously that's a good thing.
And the fact that you did it without any help, any money, no nothing. You basically was
just from you guys, the people,
word of mouth.
So then when the councilman came, that's when Jeff stepped in. It's like, oh no, Eddie Midnight, he's a good one. So he basically vouched for me when the city was giving a hard time. He stepped in, and I'm like, okay, everybody, you guys have a nice day.
That's awesome.
That's a good
that's
story.
because of Jeff.
Can you explain to the people, what the event is about and everything?
What
too?
is Poppers Picnic?
Yeah, let the people know.
Oh, it's like a 1 year gathering about bringing all the veterans from the past with the dances of the present and then the ones of the future, with no BS, no politics, just everybody mingling, having a nice time, listening to music, sharing knowledge, sharing critique, and then sharing the history. Instead of what they see on TV in Hollywood, they get to see it real and raw in their face, because the real artists, they're the ones that are overlooked. Like me and you, they're not going to invest in me and you, but a young guy like 19 to 20, they can invest 20 years in him.
And this is the reason why Jeff was so important, because Jeff knew that we wasn't, people like us don't get recognized, and he came from the era of like not getting recognized, and that's why when he seen the councilman there, he stepped in to make sure you were done right because of what you done for Poppers Picnic.
And the councilman was right. And like with Jeff, it bothers me. I'm gonna keep it so mad real with you guys.
Go right ahead, brother.
When we're out here right now, if he was still around, he would be in Skidwood right now, out there in them streets.
He would.
While we're going home, getting ready for work, whatever, he's out there in them streets. And the people, they seem like, they say they want to help or whatever. He was there. He was the help. He wasn't saying it. He was the help.
He was the don't talk about it, be about it right there.
92, 93. I remember the time before when Skid Row only had like maybe 100 residents. Now look at it. It's what, 30, 40,000?
Oh, man.
But he was right there in the trenches. He's the one that got those concerts together. And we're not even going to talk about the Uncle Jam's Army situation. I would let each of
We won't talk about that.
tell you that. No, but he was a major part of LA history. Whether it was music, whether it was the DJing, the hip hop culture, the pop lock culture, and just community in general. He was just a real one.
And speaking about community real quick, man, shout out to the graffiti element as well, man. Stroe's over there getting down.
It looks just like him. You're going to talk to Stroe. Oh, most definitely.
We got a camera showing the progress over there too, man. He's getting down.
And I'm an artist myself, but you can see it's Jeff he's not barely even started.
Yeah. He's over
and
there
you can tell
killing.
it's Jeff. So that's when you know it's good.
It's beautiful.
And see, this is the thing. He would love to see this, but he's not here. But I will say,
no, he's seeing it, brother.
He was able to see the love and, and appreciate it.
He is seeing it. He's feeling it, because as long as we feel love and have that energy and keep memories positive of him, he's gonna know wherever his spirit is at. The physical is finite. The physical always ends. The spirit is infinite. The spirit never dies. So he knows everything that's happening.
Yes.
And he's giving a thumbs up to me for shouting out this character right here.
Thank you. One of the things that impressed me the most about Jeff, beyond his humility, was the fact that he chose to, like you said, be in the trenches and live amongst his people, to understand, be able to actually politic with them, to speak the dialect they speak, to understand there's codes on the street that we're not aware of. I mean, even to the point where you can't ask on that corner because that corner belongs to him. And if you try to ask for money on this corner, they're gonna beat you down. You don't even belong right there. That's not your corner. We're not aware of this stuff, you know? And Jeff, he immersed himself in that society so that he could assist. How many people actually are willing to live and walk in another person's shoes to be able to understand them?
You know, and that's the thing, yeah, to be able to create that change and everything, you have to understand what you're dealing with first, and a lot of people don't invest that time or energy, like you said. So, man, big shout out to General Jeff.
I do remember a time when myself, Matt Ronald, Skip Townsend, and Alex of StreetDanes.com, we gave the Pop Lock Peace Fest and Job Fair.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he came, Jeff, and he came twice. And I introduced them to each other, you know, because it has to do with the gang culture, giving people jobs, giving people a second chance, and dealing with the streets. And Jeff was right there, so I introduced them. And then the next year when he came, that's when he had an injury with his foot and his ankle. He still came on crutches. And because he believed really in community, and he didn't have to. I told him, bro, you don't have to come. He's like, no, man, I gotta be there. I'm like, okay. So he really wanted to build. He really wanted to do something. He was a voice for Skid Row that didn't even have a voice. He was the face for the ones that didn't want to show their face. He was out there like 11, 12, 1 in the morning. He's out there. I don't care what nobody says. He was out there with the people. You know, mingling with the people, making sure everybody was okay. What can we do for you? How can we help you? What can I do to help? You know, it's a lot.
And I'm sure, you know, upon hearing about his passing, you know, the homeless community as well, man, they probably took that very hard as well.
So who's going to step up? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the.
You can't take his place, but you can at least pick up where he left off.
Well, I will say that I have to give a shout out to Silky D, who's out there, and she's out there trying to do things, and I have to give her credit. And I want to give a shout out to people like I also want to give a shout out to, because besides music, Dani has been doing a lot of things community related. She actually did projects with Jeff, and he wanted to do some big things, some big projects with her also. But we had to get our lives ready. I know she had to get hers and I had to get mine. So we wasn't able to really do it. But, you know, from this point, I mean, we're already in the process of doing things. And there are people, it's not that many activists, but the ones that are out doing it and the ones that are out speaking it, yo, you get love from me.
Yes.
All day. And
Unity.
You get love and honor from me.
Just
you
like
brought
you
up
guys got love
Silky.
for me.
Yes,
Because here.
You brought up Silky, and I want to read her tribute to Jeff. She emailed it to me. The rest of you guys sent videos, and thank you for those. We will be playing those, but I'm going to read Silky's. First things first, salute and thank you for giving us a platform to express our deepest gratitude and honor to General Jeff. It is hurting me right now because I lost my greatest soldier, guardian of Skid Row, which we called the mayor. General not only talked, he walked. He fought to his very last health to protect, defend, and stand against the injustice to a community that only few care about. Besides the experience of his own, later he chose to live homeless to being their voice. I may roar, but his roar was louder. This is a huge tragedy for Skid Row and our hip-hop culture. A brick wall has been broken. I already miss you. Silky D, activist, hip-hop pioneer. Thank you, Silky.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Silky.
Shaye, I have a video that I sent you, and I just sent it to you again right now. It's regarding the kids in the Skid Row community. I hope you can find that one and pull it up, because y'all, this man gave to everyone, not just, you know, the most unfortunate in terms of adults who are struggling maybe with mental health issues or addiction, you know, domestic violence, but he also gave to the children. So we have a video that we wanted you guys to watch that shows him in action at a school in an area where the children are sometimes homeless and they're not attending school. And this school was put together especially for, you know, people who are struggling to find proper housing and adequate housing for their current situation. So Shaye, if you have that one ready, can you play it for us? Let's do it, y'all.
Hey, shout out to Midnight too for coming and vibing with us, man.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Midnight. Thank you
It was
so
an honor.
much.
Thank you for having me. You know, but this is just the start. It's not going to be over. We
No,
still
it's
got to
not.
go to Skid Row. We still got to go to Hollywood, because he would stop and watch me and see how I'm doing on Hollywood Haunted. We got to do something there, and we have to do something next year.
Yes.
We're
Yes,
going
we
to.
do. We're going to do something.
We're
Not-
gonna have a long list of to-dos, y'all.
That's real. That's real.
Yes.
That's real.
We're not finished yet. We'll be back.
My name is General Jeff. I'm a community activist for the Skid Row community. I'm also on the board of directors for the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council. We've got a brand new program. It's called Students Produce. It's an offshoot of Reshoot Production Company. And what it is we're donating 50% of the audited profits from the sale of vegetables to help the homeless students in the Skid Row area. So today we're right now with the great folks of School on Wheels. And we're actually going to make a donation of a check for an amount of $5,000. And we definitely want to give it to School on Wheels to show them and reward them for their dedication and their hard work for the Skid Row homeless students. And on behalf of Reshoot Productions and Students Produce, we give this to School on Wheels.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Check here, made out to School on Wheels from Reshoot Production Company. $5,000.
Whoa!
Thank you so much.
I'm not sure what it's about, but you're not giving back the check, are you?
No way.
But while I have you, let me just get some basics. School on Wheels has been here for about how long?
In this location, I think about 10 years, but we've been around since 1993. We serve children from Orange County all the way up to Santa Barbara.
So what are you going to do with the 5,000? How much more do you need?
Oh, we can use 100.
Now, what is it that you really need here, though?
What we mostly need are we buy school uniforms for our kids, we buy backpacks, we have school supplies. All of 85% of our funding goes right back into our program. So we really need support. We need help with our moving.
And tell us a little bit about your clientele here in Skid Row.
Well, our kids are from kindergarten up through 12th grade. Most of the kids here in Skid Row live in the shelters, the URM, sometimes the Midnight Mission, some of the hotels nearby. This program is for after school. Kids have a safe oasis to come, right in the heart of Skid Row, but once they get in the doors, it's really safe, friendly, you can see it's very cheerful.
What about these folks here, standing here looking so handsome and beautiful?
Okay, if I introduce you, I'm Sally.
I'm Megan Hartnett. I'm a summer intern here. So
Fantastic, fantastic. All right, and sir?
Louis Mena. I'm a regional coordinator for the Long Beach area.
Always can use volunteers, and you can do that right on our website. Sign up and find out how to volunteer. And you don't need to have any experience tutoring. You just have to give an hour a week to help a student.
Just an hour a week. Okay, and in closing...
Well, let me just say the Students Produce, you can go online and find us as well at www.studentsproduce.com. That's one word, studentsproduce.com. And if you want to know information on Reshoot Production Company, it's www.reshootproduction.com. That's one word, reshootproduction.com. And basically the program is about the company that started in Florida, and they were already working with homeless students back east. And so now they come to the West Coast. They actually heard about General Jeff and his efforts in Skid Row through CNN videos and various sources of media outlets. And so therefore they contacted me, and we've been working on this deal, something that'll be a perfect fit for Killafournya. And we think this is the right fit. And as you can see, we got some proud folks that are definitely going to that have been doing good, and we expect them to continue to do good, and we're going to help them. And this is not just a one-time thing. This is the beginning of a brand new partnership that we look to continue for many decades.
Okay, and you are also the mayor of Skid Row, aren't you?
So I've been told.
Well, activities like this is what a mayor should do. If we had a mayor of Skid Row, I'm certain he would be going around giving around $5,000 checks.
Yes.
$5,000 checks to people on behalf of other people who care about children.
Absolutely.
So we'd like to thank you both very much.
Thank you.
And what was your name one more time?
Paula Buxbaum.
Paula, I love what you do. Thank you on behalf of all the children of Skid Row, who they say do not exist.
I know. It's true. Thank you, General Jeff. Really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're back, man. Oracle edition, B-side show. Act like you know.
That's right. We are paying tribute to General Jeff. You just watched a video where he granted a couple $1,000s to a school, an elementary school, to help those children to buy the supplies they needed and to fund the program itself. So I'm telling you, this man was just getting started, and that's why we all have to study his moves and make sure that we find inspiration in them so we can continue to grow and live this legacy on for him.
Power in numbers. Let's get together. Let's do this.
Yes. With that being said, your legacy is amazing. So many people recognize this persona. I mean, you were COVID ready before COVID even existed, too.
Pretty much.
It's amazing.
Challenge, I was already, doing it.
You were like, I got this. I would love us to be able to have people connect with you, support you. I know you're here for Jeff, but we are just getting started. So as a team and as a collective, I'm sure we're going to come together again. You talked about like a concert. We might be able to do something like that. How can people follow you? I know you're on Facebook. What do you prefer for people to support?
My real name is Ed Pruitt on Facebook. My name is Ed Pruitt on Midnight on Facebook. My real name is Eddie. Or you can follow me on Instagram, Midnighttainment. I'm just ask around for me, I'm gonna do a food drive, my Food for Funk food drive. I'm in the midst of my Female Funky Robot number 7, where it's worldwide female robot artists doing their thing. It's quite a bit. I'm gonna work on the Poppers Ball because that's something Jeff wanted. He kept begging me, man, when you gonna do this Poppers Ball? They love that Poppers Ball. That was the one where the views, it was like 81 million views for 2 videos. Nice. And we were just all dressed up, But,
beautiful.
Right now we're gonna get Jeff, get him going, and help the ones around him, and keep going.
That's right. Keep this thing moving, man. Let's do the right thing. Let's go, everybody. We need you to get involved. Also, follow Midnight all that stuff. See what's coming next.
This drawing is
I just want to say.
Look at this.
What's up, Mark?
I just want to say one thing. A lot of people has been asking, including Midnight. A lot of people have been asking about what are we gonna do? What kind of party? What kind of show? Let me just say this right now. Things are in the works. Be patient. Things are definitely in the works. People are talking about things. Uncle Jam's Army, Silky D, myself, Dani. We're all thinking about that, and we're also trying to make sure that Jeff is rested properly. That's one of the first things that we need to make sure it happens. We need to know that he's resting properly. And we also need to get money for his niece. And that Silky D is trying to do something, and Edwin from Uncle Jam's. So there's things that we're trying to look at and do for Jeff and his close family member, and then make sure that he's got a burial and he's not being buried by, just on a slab somewhere. No.
I'll start off with 100 right off the top.
Thank you so much.
There it is. There.
Oh, there it starts.
We're gonna get all that information out there. The B-side, Dani, Killafournya, myself. We're gonna get all that information, links, and everything to everyone. I don't have anything right now because nothing is finite yet, but it will be finite in a couple of days. In fact, we're actually gonna talk to somebody, and we're gonna talk to them. We have a couple more people we're gonna talk to, and this is all gonna be brought up. But just to let everybody know, be patient. It's happening. Something is definitely going on.
Stay tuned. We got you.
We're gonna go ahead and check out a video. We selected this video just like we selected every single person who's on the show tonight. Every song you're hearing, every video you're watching, every guest you are viewing and hearing speak are all here because they have something to do with Jeff. So Shaye, I hope you have that video ready because
even that ill mix at the beginning,
yes.
man, Mark Love blessed us with, but that's what he would want to hear, and that was dope, man. So
let's do it, y'all.
we get into that video. We'll be right back.
Started by dirty people, and they was nasty, sleazy, slummy. They hopped, they
first one being organization. Not as in a company, but as in your life. You have to be organized in order to be successful. That's clear cut and precise. I don't care what industry you're in. If you aren't organized, you will not be successful. So there's such thing as organized crime, and there are a lot of other people that are trying to organize their negative efforts. That's not what we're talking about here today. So if we're talking about the positive side. There's two types of energy in the world, positive, well, three types of energy, positive, negative, and zero. We're focusing right now on positive energy and how you create that for yourself, not relying on other people. Second point is discipline. Because in order to be organized, you have to have discipline of self. You get $20 and say, hey, I can go spend this $20 here, I can do this, I can buy da-da-da-da-da, or I can be disciplined and invest that into myself or my business or whatever it is that will help me to improve in life. You have other cultures that have disciplines that start when they're young, at a young age, like martial arts, for instance. Martial arts, a part of martial arts includes discipline. The first point is organization. The second point was discipline. The third point is focus. You can be organized. I've seen a lot of people in my lifetime very organized. File cabinets, files in order, paperwork in order. Discipline to keep those files in order, but they don't have the focus to see projects all the way through. That's what focus is all about. Now, if you're running your own company, you're the CEO, you're responsible for having the instinct, the killer instinct to close the deal. Right now, the NBA playoffs are going on. By the way, this is June 4th, 2010. Lakers versus Celtics right now. Lakers won game 1, but they always talk about Kobe Bryant having that killer instinct to close the deal at the end of the game. Fourth quarter master of basketball, of team basketball. Same thing with you and your life. Have that killer instinct to stay focused to see your plan all the way through. Let's move on to the fourth point. The first one was organization. The second one was discipline. The third one was focused. And the fourth point is confidence. Because you cannot make moves successfully if you don't have confidence. Because what it takes sometimes is you have to be secure and know what you're thinking is right, and you have to go out on a limb and say, I'm going to go out and take that chance. You have to have ultimate confidence. And not only will I lead, but the people that are working with me will follow. Got to have confidence. Look at Kobe Bryant in the fourth quarter. Again, go Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan. But to see him do what he does, take it back before him in Lakers history. Magic Johnson, same thing. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. You can go on and on and on. All the successful ones have ultimate confidence. You have to have persistence. You have to truly know what it is you want and go after it. Hey, we're back. That's one thing, sorry about that. There's one thing about when you're filming outside is that the sun moves and you lose sunlight. So we basically have to move, come across the street to continue this. Once again, my name is General Jeff. I'm a community activist for Skid Row. I'm also on the board of directors for the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council. And a lot of people know me as the mayor of Skid Row. So we left off talking about our fifth point in our self-help series, Recipe for Success. Let's go. The first point, organization. The second point was discipline. The third point was focus. The fourth point was confidence. And we're right now continuing with the 5th point with this professional hustle. Legally, not illegally. So basically where we left off, we were talking about doing what it takes to put yourself in a position for success. Okay, you have to, for one, you have to dress for success. Business attire, obviously, is all in all across the world, suit and tie. Let's get to the 6th point now, in this 6-point recipe for success. And the 6th point is having a self-starter mentality. You may need to go handle some business, whether it's go to this office and get an application for this, or go here and do that, And you may have you're a procrastinator. Day after day after day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute, week after week, month after month, year after year. You always wanted to do this, and it never gets done. Why? Because you're not a self-starter. How are you going to be successful CEO running the company, which is your life, if you're always pushing stuff off? A good self-starter is automatically going to jump on it right away. If you want your own company to be successful, you want to be independent. That guarantees success. But you know what? We're running out of time. The sun's going down, so we're about to wrap it up. So again, the 1st point, organization. The 2nd point, discipline. The 3rd point, focus. The 4th point, confidence. The 5th point, professional hustle. And the 6th point, self-starter mentality. Now, those 6 points are my personal recipe for success. We'll get more into that next time. For now, I'm General Jeff. This is a Michael Blaze production. Blaze out. The first one being
video. It's about 6 minutes long.
Oh yeah, yeah. That video was fire.
Well, first of all, go ahead and introduce yourself, fam.
Oh yeah. I am the real Mark Love. Yeah, see.
That other guy was an imposter.
OG Arabian Prince from the world's most famous group, right. NWA, also AKA Professor X in the building. Let's go.
Bang, bang. The reason why we brought up that video is, tell the story, let them know.
So, General Jeff is the roach in the video. And he does the little roach rap in the video. And it was so funny when we did the song, right? Russ Parr was like, hey, we should do rumors. Like, what should we do? And we were going back and forth. He says, let's do roaches. And then Jeff was like, I want to be a roach. I'm like, yeah, you go right ahead, sir. Because I ain't putting on no roach costume. But then what happened was, when I saw what Russ gave me and Bo to put on, I rather would have been a roach. Because we had on like bow ties and like loud pink wife beaters and some Hawaiian shorts. So yeah, I think Jeff got the better half of that video.
The roach gear was better.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. And that's just the beginning. I mean, this legacy, it still lives on. It's still going. You're still writing it right now. But can we get a timeline for those of our viewers who aren't quite up to par? Maybe they just don't know yet who is sitting right here.
Arabian Prince, back with the style, the type. I always think of that right away when I
yeah.
But that's like late 80s right there, just that song.
Yeah,
but you've been doing
it. So I made my first record 83. I was in the studio in 83 and still in high school. And I'm going to take that. I've got this down to 1 minute. So I was hanging out. So I was kind of like pseudo Uncle Jam's Army because I was hanging out with Egypt at the time. I was also hanging out with the world-class record crew and Dre. I was the young kid in the hood that was like the little tech kid who showed everybody how to use their drum machines, hook up their equipment, all of that. And one day, I'm with Egypt, and they had just bought an 808 drum machine. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna do my best Egypt impersonation. Yeah, we got an 808 and we going to the studio and make a record. And I was like, what? Y'all gonna make a record? And then I talked to Dre and Lonzo, and they was like, oh yeah, we going to the studio to make a record. And I'm like, I want to make a record. But I really wasn't like in any crew. It was just me. So I went in the studio with $500 and made a record. I ain't never been in the studio before in my life. Made the record. And then I had a record but didn't know how to put it out. So I heard that everybody was going to this place called Macola to get their stuff pressed. So I took a bus to Macola, and when I got there, Russ Parr was at Macola, right? He had just put out, what was that, Mark Love? He had just put out, We Like Ugly Women, right? They just dropped We Like Ugly Women, right? That was his first joint, right? And I went in there with my record asking how do I get this pressed. He was like, hey, I'm Russ Parr. I'm the morning jock at K-Day. Are you a producer? Yeah, I'm a producer. I had never produced nothing in my life, right? So he heard my song and he was like, look, I got a deal for you. I'll put your record on my label if you produce Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters. So I got my record put out and a job at the same time. So
whoa.
History right here.
Synchronicity is what that is called. I love it.
Hey.
Your life is filled with synchronicity, though. It seems like it's still going because technologist.
Yep.
What is a technologist for people who don't know?
So I own a couple of video game companies. I actually own my own PC company called GOAT with 3 Gs because I'm a triple OG, so I got a triple G in front of my GOAT. And we build gaming and streaming PCs for everybody. Like Questlove just bought 2 computers for me. We got all the matter of fact, half the people on like Z-Trip, everybody's using my computer to stream with right now. So we got that cracking. We build technology centers in inner cities across the country for kids to get them into technology. I'm working with the Department of Education right now. We're about to rewrite curriculum so kids can learn animation and visual effects and get jobs. So
that's fucking dope, man. Giving back to the community and
yes, sir.
You know, and the thing is too is everybody always sees like the rock star, the rapper, or something. There's so many things you can do within the industry that you love. You don't have to be that. You could be the camera guy. You could be the the visual guy, the sound man.
There you go.
Like there's so many things, and for you to teach those kind of things is dope, man. Because those are some of the things I took extra courses in as a kid.
Oh
too.
yeah.
I just was never good like Stroe. Like I couldn't draw or write for shit. My writing's like a doctor, but
The takeaway on that is that every element matters, and when you put them all
Hell
together,
yeah.
it makes a beautiful picture.
Real talk.
And each and every part, every component, when they work together, it's a beautiful symbiosis. And I am, for one, really proud to be a part of this today and a part of the B-side.
I was just telling Daze and Manlo that takes the pictures and Daze playing instrumentals, and I was just exactly what you just said right now. I was just telling them to put a production together, man. Everybody plays their parts, and it's a beautiful thing, man.
Including y'all, the viewers.
Thank you,
in the
guys.
chat, if you guys have questions for Arabian, shoot them because I'm in the chat. You guys see me on my phone. Don't think I'm just taking selfies. I'm working, okay? I'm sending Shaye the videos. I'm making sure the shout outs are where they need to be. I'm doing what I'm doing, so I'm not rude, okay? I'm just multitasking.
Let me ask you something, man, because another, a good homie of mine, like a mentor to me, DJ Tony G.
Yes, sir.
Like he's also like you. He's always been up on the next thing coming out. Like, and that's like part of his relevance. Like throughout all these years is because he's always got something to contribute because he's kept his eye and his ear on what's coming next. Even artists, like he knows like new up and it's trip to me because you don't have to do that, but he does.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. How did technology be such an important part in your career? How did that come about?
So what people really don't know is, like I mentioned, I was a little tech kid in the hood, and my uncles were like the bad influences in the neighborhood. They was the one doing all the dirt, but they didn't want me doing what they did. So when they got sent away to the military, they would come back with all these crazy toys. Like I remember my cousin came home from the Navy with a suitcase, and when he opened it up, it was an ART 2600 synthesizer. That's the synthesizer they used on all the Parliament Funkadelic stuff. So I was messing with that at 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
And that kind of blew my mind. And then I self-taught myself animation and visual effects and how to code. And I ended up doing visual effects for the first series of the Power Rangers.
Wow.
I didn't even talk about that because it wasn't cool and hip to be a nerd and a gangster rapper, so I had to like be quiet about it. But
oh no, we've had this conversation. Matter of fact, last week, and we were just talking about that whole different aspect, like superheroes and different kind of things.
Yeah.
We got on this whole, tangent about it, but it's like it's crazy because it's all important. It's all part of the thing.
yeah,
man. So,
it's all part of the same thing.
Man.
Speaking of superheroes, we have a superhero on the ones and twos over
yeah.
there tearing it up with the Arabian Prince cuts and scratches. We are going to do some shout outs in a little bit. You're talking about superheroes. Chris the Glove made himself into a superhero, and that's a comic that's coming out pretty soon. Speaking of World Class Wrecking Crew, we got a shout out from Clientele that we're going to play in just a little bit.
What's up, big dog?
Yeah, we appreciate y'all very much. What are some of the ways when people want to get you involved in some sort of an activity or a movement? What are some of the ways or the things that entice you? What draws you into wanting to be a part of fundraising or any kind of organization that's out there?
It's gotta first and foremost, it's gotta be close to home for me. First, inner city, the homeless communities. I'm really into that, and it's got to be something genuine and real because there's so many nonprofits out there that I deal with or know that they're all about themselves. The money doesn't really go to where it needs to go to. So I always try to make sure that stuff that I get involved with, the money goes directly to what it needs to go to. We do a live stream with a couple of my tech partners, EVGA. We raise money for St. Jude's. We even raise money for like a cat rescue. I don't even like cats. No, all you cat people don't get mad at me. I don't like cats because they don't listen.
Oh,
they listen.
we literally just rescued a cat
Come here.
from the neighbor next door. And it's now living here just today. It's in the middle room.
Yeah,
but
you know what I'm saying? But we raise money for cats. So I guess I must like cats. But it's got to be something genuine. And, we do it all the time. And if I can do it and I can get other people to do it, and it just grows and grows and grows. So that's what it's all about.
Besides the fact that you were a producer at the age of 7, because you were basically,
technically,
you weren't telling a fib when you said you were a producer and you walked in there. You know what I'm saying? You probably had your hands on some equipment that could have made a record right then and there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Besides the technologist, you're into sports. You're doing you golfed. What was that tournament about?
Oh yeah, so I had a 2-day tournament up in Arizona. We played TPC Scottsdale. I shot a 74, ladies and gentlemen. So all you fools out there want to bet me on some money, bring your golf clubs, bring your golf balls. Let's get it. Let's go. Actually, check this. This is even crazy. I play golf every week with Mellow Man Ace.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole man. I be seeing him in his golf apparel.
Oh yeah. Hey, we be getting
and his
it.
wine and his cigar.
And also to give back, me and him just started something called Hip Hop Golf. It's a golf club, and what we're going to do, anybody want to join Hip Hop Golf, for every member that joins, we give a free membership to an inner city kid who wants to learn golf.
Yo, that's awesome. So when you join, let me know because I'm the inner city kid, okay?
Yeah, she gets a free membership.
You know what? And going along with the theme, rest in peace again, General Jeff, man. But it's like don't just talk about it, be about it. And they're really doing things and helping the community out and teaching kids things they might not learn otherwise. And we always need pillars like that in the community, every community, man, for real.
So thank you on behalf of hip hop and LA.
Real talk.
We appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
How can we, anyone who doesn't know, how can we plug in? Is there any new music coming out that we might want to know about? Any new groups you're mentoring? Where's all the secret stuff?
It's secret stuff. I can't talk about the secret stuff. There's stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Mark said, yeah.
Hey, there's stuff. Matter of fact, I'm going to put him on some stuff. But there's some stuff, like really, really good stuff that's about to drop. But y'all will hear it soon. And so fun.
Well, we'll stay tuned. We'll stay tuned.
Yeah, we will. We can follow
man.
him. Original.
I just gotta say, it's got a lot to do with some other planetary stuff. Let's just put it like that. But it's
Very good. That sounds great.
Hey, so what drew you it? Because here's one of the things I have, like my homies, man, my day one homies and stuff, they be going golfing and shit yet, and I just haven't got the. I've been to the driving range and stuff, but I just haven't got the urge yet to kick all the way into the game. What is it that drew you into golf?
My attorneys used to golf when I was just starting to make money, and they used to I could only talk to them on the golf course because I could never find them.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever hit a golf ball, I got a hole in one. And I was hooked. It was by I never saw it. I just hit a ball and it went in the hole, and I thought, isn't that what's supposed to happen?
And the people that went with you were going, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm like, and I got hooked, and I bought thousands of dollars of gear, and I sucked for 5 years after that, and it just draws you in. So, but for kids, it's something to make you focus, and it's a grind.
You know what? And shout out to one of the greatest of all time, Tiger Woods, for showing people that it's cool to golf too, because that was never thought of as one of them sports. Yeah. But kids, you see kids, man, at the range already, and they're doing their thing, man. So,
oh yeah.
Do you wear the funny pants? Do you wear the hat with the little ball on top?
I got on the golf hat right now.
I love the birdie on the hat.
Bad birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Nah, I don't wear the ugly stuff.
We should do at least once a year.
Like a plaid,
so I'll tell you what I do wear. I found camouflage golf gear. So I'll be out there invisible.
Yeah.
Nice.
part of the atmosphere right there.
Cognizance for the ball. He's going in the reeds.
Hey, thank you for coming through once again, man. And besides, the stuff that you mentioned and stuff, do you get people often, come up and maybe ask for some advice or anything like that because of your, your knowledge?
all the time. And I tell people, anybody want to reach out, especially when it comes to music rights, music management, taking care of your career, getting your money, holler at your boy. I know about all that stuff. So, anybody want to reach out, OG Arabian Prince is a social. I got you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming through on such short notice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he literally was not in this state. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I almost wasn't going to be here because I was taking Southwest back, and they had delayed my flight 3 times last night. So, yeah.
We appreciate your
you know
tenacity.
what? I was going to say one more thing. Hey, Mark.
Yo.
Professor X. I am here, coming from my creator, D to D, D-A-T, Master 2, innovator, relieved and beamed to planet by DJ No. DJ Slip was on the mix when I came to be known. Professor X is a scientist who studies all the music. When a guy grabs a girl, he can surely get into this, cause the music that we use is so simple to create. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
That's right. Arabian Prince, yo.
Arabian Prince. We get them gems right here. Each one
you.
teach one, man. We're giving back, man. All of us, man, we're taking our knowledge and trying to use it where we can. And shout out to everybody in this room, man, because this is real vibes right here.
Up next, we have Miss Claudia Oliveira in the building. But first, we are going to have a special message that was dedicated specifically to General Jeff. And we're going to play that right now. Thank you to everybody who sent videos. We appreciate you.
Get down, Stroe.
And first of all, I just want to say condolences to the family and his friends and his loved ones. It was a big loss, tragic loss to the West Coast hip hop family. Jeff was literally a soldier. He was named appropriately because he truly was a general. He was the mayor of Skid Row. He fought for humanitarian causes, fought for people who couldn't fight for themselves. He was a spokesperson, a voice, not only for hip hop and the West Coast, but he was also a voice for the unhoused and people who struggle with addiction and all kinds of things. It takes a lot of heart and a lot of guts and courage to be that type of person. So I just wanted to, pay tribute to General Jeff, his legacy, everything that he did, not only for West Coast hip hop, but also for people who were in need, people who needed help, you could always reach out to Jeff, and he was always there, always around, always supporting the causes, always supporting West Coast hip hop. We truly, truly have lost a soldier, have lost one of the pillars of West Coast hip hop. And so once again, General Jeff, man, I salute you, brother. And West in Paradise.
Hey folks, welcome to Fix This Block. I'm your host, General Jeff. Now before we start the show, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm a community activist for Skid Row right here in downtown Los Angeles. I'm also on the board of directors for the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council, and I'm known as the mayor of Skid Row. Now even with this shirt and tie on, I represent the blue-collar workers of the world. I'm a nice guy, but I will put my angry face on when it's time to get things done. Now for this show, we put together a team of hard-working professional folks that are gonna help me fix your block. But first, let me show you what we did to fix this block. Okay, start the count. 1, Operation Facelift / Skid Row. This is important street, ladies and gentlemen, because this is where our positive movement started, and this is considered ground zero in the entire Skid Row community of 50 blocks. This San Julian street right here was literally littered, filled with people and trash. And as you can see, even years later, we've cleaned up the streets and done a wonderful job of getting the community to buy in to stay focused to keep the streets clean. Also, we painted murals on the part of Operation Facelift. In this particular wall, there was this absolutely wonderful mural of painting of the community's various grassroots organizations, and this new organization recently just painted over our community's mural. So understand, our community is upset, and me as a leading entity in this community, we're definitely going to city, all the way to City Hall with that one, so stay tuned on that one. But that's what life is about here on Skid Row. Now to keep going.
Facelift is designed to uplift our community. And what we recognize is that San Julian is the heart, very heart of Skid Row. And it should reflect the beauty and the pride of our neighborhood. So we waited for the city, the county, service providers. We waited on everybody to try to do something for us. So we figured it's best to do something for ourselves.
2, Rapid Express Bus Stop.
Boy, General Jeff, we go way back. He petitions for a lot of stuff around here, a lot of good stuff. The red buses, the rapids to stop. Now they stopped on San Pedro when they used to didn't, which was kind of discriminatory. They would ride right by us because they don't want to stop down here with this poverty, but we people too. You know, he does a lot of things. He goes to City Hall, he tries to get a lot of things together. They got the 3-on-3 basketball thing, you know, where they was going to play against the police departments and fire departments and things like that. He does a lot of positive things, man. That's my man, General Jeff.
3, Gladys Park. This is the headquarters of our community's positive movement. It took me less than 6 months to complete the entire process, from creating the document to complete the planning process to improve the community park, including a brand new basketball court that was donated by Nike, brand new exercise equipment, brand new chess tables, and all of those amenities help support our local grassroots organizations such as the award-winning Skid Row 3-on-3 Streetball League, the Skid Row Chess Club, the Skid Row Photography Club, and the Skid Row Artists Collective. We have started a positive movement in our community. You can too. 4, Christmas for Skid Row families.
We gathered some things from the buildings and the people that live here who wanted to give and wanted to donate, and we just needed a vessel, which was, of course, General Jeff and his solutions, and filtered out to you guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, from Issues and Solutions, Santee Court, of course, General Jeff and I.
5, the State of the Union. It is time to include the community in the decision-making process regarding our future. Any plan for any community that is not embraced by that community simply will not work. 6, School on Wheels. We're actually going to make a donation of the check for an amount of $5,000, and we definitely want to give it to School on Wheels to show them and reward them for their dedication and their hard work for the Skid Row homeless students. And on behalf of Reshoot Productions and Students Produce, we give this to School on Wheels.
Thank you so much. Thank you, General Jeff. Really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you so much.
Hey, we're out of time. Thanks for watching, but be sure to join us next week because we just might fix your block. I'm General Jeff, and remember, we're striving to fix the world one block at a time. Take care, everybody.
Yo, what up? What up? This your boy, Rifleman, aka LA Cole, hip hop playing, good life, Project Blow, you know, West Coast Underground Elites. Man, I just want to give a shout out and a salute to my boy General Jeff, the Rodney Yo, Joe Cooley Movement, Bobby Jimmy, and the Critters, Uncle Jam's Army, all that, man. This dude is one of the four founders, the founding fathers of this West Coast hip hop, whether it be commercial or underground. And he always was a good dude, you know, never was a sucker. Some of these dudes be acting like they still on top of the world, and they too good for conversations and, you know, just to be humble with people. But he was always good. He was an activist. He's a dope individual, man. So he will be missed. And shout out to my boy General Jeff, yo.
Out.
Yeah, Oliveira in the building.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Oracle Edition B-side.
Yes, this is my special piece de resistance guest. This is the inspiration and the motivation that some of us need to be able to do what we aspire to do and what we want to do. Some of us do good works, but we do it kind of in the dark. We do it kind of on the down low. And the reason why is maybe because we have what's called a peppered past, right? Can you explain a little bit about the council and how it's special and unique compared to all other things that are civically ran?
Well, so actually, first I wanted to say it's we're here to honor Jeff, and I am a very transparent person. I'm probably the most controversial guest that you guys have here today, being that I am literally 1 degree of separation from him. That Arabian Prince is one of my great friends, and so is Mark Love. I have love for these two. You know, we don't see each other all the time. Their fault. But, you know, like, but I'm gonna milk it as much as I can. So, you know, and then we also have the other side, which is the activism, the political side, you know, in the city, you know, and often we're all fighting for the same things, but because of our different experiences, we go about it different ways. So the neighborhood council system, back to your question, the neighborhood council system it's the most inclusive form of local governance, because a person who is undocumented like me, or a person that is experiencing homelessness, or a person that is, you know, just came out of prison, they can all run for it and become an elected official, you know, and it's a volunteering position. We don't get paid for it, you know. We don't get paid for it. If you're interested, it's purely to help your community, you know. And even though Jeff and I didn't see eye to eye in many things, but we did see eye to eye in things like inclusionary housing and cleanliness and, you know, providing more resources like bathrooms and showers and all that. Those things are so much needed that people don't know about.
Can we explain a little bit about inclusionary housing for those that don't know what that means?
Absolutely.
Before you say anything, hold up. I'm sorry to cut you. I'm so sorry. I just want to put out there to the people that she just said that they don't. Let me tell you something right now, from right here in public to all the activists and everyone out there in the hip-hop world. This person right here, I've been knowing this person for 11 years. Jeff did not agree, but Jeff did not hate her. Jeff liked her. He told me so. I know so. Because you go two different routes to get to the same destination.
That's right.
Straight up. And he had a route, she had a route, but he understood they wanted to get things done. So I just want to let you know. Will you stop saying that? Please?
She's just transparent. So she didn't see eye to eye with every single thing he wanted, but it didn't mean they both were passionate about the same thing. And I like your transparency because I think it's important to be honest and open, because if you say it first, then no one else can say it and throw it at you. And I like that you do that. You're like, you know what? We didn't see eye to eye on everything, but here's what we did have in common. And these are the things that I'm after.
We didn't, but I cried.
It takes bravery. It takes bravery to do that.
I cried because at the end of the day, people don't understand downtown unless you like really live there.
Yes.
You know, and what we're fighting is a mess that has been done and unjustly done to a lot of people for decades, and we are all just trying to unravel that and see what is it the future holds. And I think that just lately we were moving towards a path of more unity. You know, like I told you earlier behind the scenes that, you know, he did put together a meeting and extended an invitation to us, and we came, you know, and I feel like we were just now starting the dialogue, and I'm hoping that the conversation doesn't end here. I hope that we can, you know, finally get together and like unify so that we can cut through the red tape, so we can make the fundamental changes that need to be made. I believe that change, what we'll talk about inclusionary housing is one, which means, you know, affordable housing is not housing for the unhoused, because you have to have income based, right? And permanent supportive housing, sometimes it's lacking on resources. But inclusionary housing literally means every single building above like a certain amount of units, six or 10, like in Long Beach, they're doing that now. Every building will have some sort of form of like super low income unit, and you wouldn't know, you know. So I could be living next to somebody that was homeless, and I would appreciate that, and I wouldn't even know, you know. And that's a way that, imagine every single building has a level, you know, of mixing mescla. I always say mescla because I just imagine everybody mixed in and not even knowing, and just that becoming the new normal, where we are all together.
And that's the thing. And then it stops right away. I mean, because it happens, but from just automatically judging a person right away, it's just your neighbor, and it's not like, oh, this person's paying. It's not that, and it shouldn't be like that. So I'm glad you're saying those things, man. It's very important. And I wanted to ask, have you seen, I mean, recently or not, you know, not too far back, are you seeing more people starting to get involved? Because, I mean, me personally, we do a couple things, what we can here and there. We're part of a lot of things to help the community as well. But I've been noticing, like, even people are bringing their kids out and trying to teach, like, this is the way we have to help our own, because no one else is going to help us. So have you seen an increase, or how's it been looking on that side as far as new volunteers and stuff?
Honestly, there hasn't been a time like now. I see a person, a friend of mine that works at my store with me. She just moved to downtown 6 months ago. You know, she's been coming to downtown, so she was a stakeholder. But she got a job, you know, doing plants at the store. She just moved to downtown, and now she's an elected official. And she joined the board, you know, because her passion about doing something. And every day I see her like, hi, do you guys want to know about this initiative? Or she's constantly just like recruiting more people. And I actually won't say, I think a lot of the animosity that there was towards the organization that I'm a part of, which is the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council, was because of the past leadership. You know, and I accidentally became president about a month ago. And I created the first women's group because I felt like the women needed a safe space, you know, and I feel like the more we acknowledge that people are experiencing things differently and we make space for them, then that's how we get more people to be involved that didn't think that they could before.
That's an excellent point. So, you know, there might not be a positive stigma yet in this what is it? Say it again, the neighborhood
council.
The neighborhood council, because of maybe the way it was ran before, but this is a new era with a new leadership and a new group of people, and like she said, it's all inclusive and you're invited to be a part of it. All you have to do is be a resident. You can be undocumented, you can be a felon,
You don't
can be
even need to be a
homeless.
resident. You can work there, you can be homeless in downtown or any neighborhood council. Basically, there's 99 neighborhood councils across the city, and if you work, live, or you're a stakeholder, you can participate. And this is a
Perfect.
place for you.
How can they participate? What's a good way for them? Can they follow on Twitter? Should they log in on IG? Is it Facebook? What's a good way?
So one of the ways you can become a board member, which that's done through elections, it happens every 2 years all over the city. But you can be a part of a committee. You can be a part of a working group. You can be a liaison. There are liaison options with the city that are actually recognized for the city. We have a sustainability liaison position, and that is actually open. So we need a person. If you're passionate about climate change, please come. We need somebody to be championing things like that and reporting to us. So there's so many ways you can come. The most important, public comment. We need to hear everybody's voice. And that is the one thing, when Jeff would come to do a public comment, and I was secretary, I had no position of power whatsoever, and our previous president would be like, you have 30 seconds. And I would be like, you can't do that. You can't. The only purpose why we exist is to listen to the people. And I think a lot of the animosity came from no one's voices was being heard. Honestly, it wasn't. We were doing things, but that was just based on some of us took the initiative to go out there and find out. But we do a yearly job fair in Skid Row that brings 400 attendees. We have 40 vendors. And that's something that initiated, but not because of the leadership, but because the people were like, wait a minute, we need to do something. And so it's the most important part is that everybody feels like that they were heard. And if somebody comes to our meetings and they want to say something, we are listening. So,
and one of the most powerful testaments to things like this that you guys are doing is when you get people that were they came for help at first, then they become part of helping other people, and that it's a beautiful thing to see that cycle grow too, because like I said, each one teach one, man. It's beautiful what you guys are doing.
And Jeff was part of this organization. He's a past member, and we honor his service to the community. It's something that brought us all together at some point or another. In some places that I've been part of, I'm like, that wasn't really for me, but I learned from it. I learned how do I cut through the red tape? What is it? Where do I have to go to the city to get this done? And I think that's part of it. That's part of the lesson. Is this is a platform that can really teach you how to navigate, and be able to push things through the city, which is a mess. It's a whole lot of work to get one single little signature as it is, but you learn how to do that.
And you know what? And one more thing, I want to shout out a lot of the youth that are getting involved. Maybe I just wasn't looking, but it's something I didn't see when I was coming up as many. But I feel like the youth are really doing their thing and getting involved and helping out, and it's cool. It's cool to see.
So shout out to y'all. And there's another thing you can get involved in right here. What's the website? There's a .org, right?
So because I don't know what part of the city you guys are, the best way to find out about how you can get involved in local governance is you go to empowerla.org, and that's the department of the city of Los Angeles that governs all the neighborhood councils. And the mayor, whether we like him or not, he also has a youth council, where the youth comes and they're consulted in different things. And it's a year-long program where people learn how do you work City Hall,
Perfect. Can we talk about your ties to hip hop? Can we share a little bit about that so that people can plug in, or do we want to keep that on underground?
Okay, do I have to disclose my dating history? Okay.
Please don't.
Message. We could talk about it after.
B-side show after dark next.
Oh Lord, what part of it? Because hip hop is everything, right? Hip hop is dating, hip hop is lifestyle, hip hop is music, hip hop is just hip hop, right?
Right.
But no, my history with hip hop was when I first, basically in Brazil, you know, where I was born, it was all Furacão 2000, which was literally Planet Rock, but they took Planet Rock beats and they took Africa Bambaataa beats, and then they rapped on top of it in Portuguese. And I was like 12, you know, going up to the baile funk and like sneaking out, and like I'm like, what is this, man? These Brazilian people really know how to make music, not knowing it was Africa Bambaataa, right? And so, but then when I came here to visit, I was 14, and that's when the whole like Tupac, Biggie, and I got the Tupac like the double book, the double like greatest hits album, and I brought home to my mom, who is like a politician lawyer in Brazil. She was like the undersecretary of the Department of Communications. Loves it. And it was the first time we're like, what is this sound? You know, we're listening to hip hop. It was the first thing that we heard was Tupac.
Wow.
You know, and my mom has no idea what he's talking about, and she just goes like, la na 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 na. I'm like, okay, mom, that's right on, you know. And then, but it wasn't until like so I didn't start with hip hop, but it wasn't until I got like a little bit later in college, and my roommate was all about like Tribe Called Quest, and I'm like, what's that? That's like hip hop, but like it's so smooth, you know. And I was trying to decipher what is all this, you know. But yeah, and then I mean, it led me all sorts of places, from, you know, DJing with these guys on Be Real TV, which was amazing, you know, like that. What an experience.
Say that one more time. To doing what?
DJing with Be Real TV, which led me to actually open for Cypress Hill on their 20th anniversary.
DJing.
That was amazing.
On Be Real TV and opening for Cypress Hill.
That was amazing.
Is so dope.
You know? And then T.I. was so great. I mean, I cannot even, I'm an old lady. We've been doing this for 17 years. So 17 years of hip hop in my
Beautiful.
life.
And thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
The reason why I asked is because I want you guys to realize the connectedness and the oneness that we all share with one another. Sometimes we meet somebody and we only see one facet of them. One of the things that Claudia was saying is that sometimes we're all in the same building and we all live in the same building, but we all have a different view. And just because we have different views on stuff doesn't mean that we are still collectively one. And so I just wanted you to share that, because I thought it would be a really great way to let people know that they're not going to be bored necessarily if they connect and do community outreach, because there are other people like Arabian Prince, like Mark Love, like Stroe. Stroe, can you come over here, please? And like Claudia, who do stuff. So this is Stroe one, y'all. Stroe did that beautiful mural. And
put him on the spot.
Yes, if you don't mind, I want Stroe to tell the listeners what he does for a living, because he does have a 9-to-5. Thank you so much. And I think these two people need to talk, and that's why I want you near her when you say what you do. Okay, thank you, Stroe.
Me, myself, I'm a community health worker for Exodus Recovery on Skid Row. I've lived the Skid Row experience. Caught a case some time ago, and you know, they sentenced me to a drug program where I was living in the SRO on Skid Row. Maybe I disclosed too much right there, but yeah, we all have a past. But yeah, so after that, getting clean, I started hanging around the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous, became a drug counselor, and now I do community health work with Skid Row community.
That's fucking dope, brother.
And he puts it down on the brick walls in his spare time, y'all. So we hope we could get this General Jeff mural up somewhere near his stomping grounds.
Indeed, Leimert Park native. You know what I'm saying? Vernon Street. Yeah.
There it is, right
Perfect.
there. That's just tight right there.
With that being said, Shaye, can we play the LA Cool message, please? Thank you. We're going to play more messages, y'all.
And this one that you chose to, recreate here is like one of the first times I actually saw General. And Mark Love said it earlier. It was doing stuff way before, but just me personally as a youngster, I seen that promo
We
pic
know this picture.
with Rodney O and Joe Cooley, and that shit's epic right
Who's
there.
the dude with the fly
Yeah,
hat?
yeah.
Oh, that's the General.
We'll be right back.
Eastside.
What up? This your boy, Rifleman, aka LA Cole, hip hop playing, good life, Project Blow, West Coast Underground Elites. Man, I just want to give a shout out and a salute to my boy General Jeff, the Rodney Yo, Joe Cooley movement, Bobby Jimmy, and the Critters, Uncle Jam's Army, all that, man. This dude is one of the four founders, the founding fathers of this West Coast hip hop, whether it be commercial or underground. And he always was a good dude, never was a sucker. Some of these dudes be acting like they still on top of the world. And they too good for conversations and, just to be humble with people, but he was always good. He was an activist. He's a dope individual, man. So he will be missed. Shout out to my boy General Jeff, yo. Out. Yo, what up? What up? This your boy, Rifleman, aka LA Cole, hip hop playing, good life, Project Blow, West Coast Underground Elites. Man, I just want to give a shout out and a salute to my boy General Jeff, the Rodney Yo, Joe Cooley movement, Bobby Jimmy, and the Critters, Uncle Jam's Army, all that, man. This dude is one of the four founders, the founding fathers of this West Coast hip hop, whether it be commercial or underground. And he always was a good dude, never was a sucker. Some of these dudes be acting like they still on top of the world. And they too good for conversations and, just to be humble with people, but he was always good. He was an activist. He's a dope individual, man.
Love, just want to say have a safe trip, rest in peace. Make sure you tell them about West Coast hip hop wherever you go, baby boy. We love you. One.
Welcome to Skid Row. My name is General Jeff, and we're live right now on San Julian Street, where we just have completed phase 1 and phase 2 of the Skid Row Super Mural, which is going to be this entire huge wall that's behind me. Phase 1 is right behind me is the Skid Row City Limit mural, and we finished that a couple of months ago. And the thing that pops out on that mural is
Shout out to all the guests for coming through and kicking that real shit with us, man. Yeah, man. Kicking that real shit with us, man. And you see the mural. Rest in peace, General Jeff, man. And we're going to continue this. We're going to keep it moving.
I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everyone that sent in videos. Dream Team. Shout out to Silky D. Shout out to everyone that's watching. Shout out to Clientele, Krista Glove Taylor, everybody from our Pioneer West. Snake Puppy in the place. Shout out to Midnight. Shout out to Arabian Prince. Shout out to Victoria Von Doom, aka aka DJ Brasilia, aka Claudia, and shout out to DJ Slip. Oh, shout out to MC8 and Chill. Shout out to y'all.
What up,
shout
dogs?
Shout out to Hay. Oh, shout out to my man Hayes, Hamburger Helper. Shout out to you, Julio G, Tony G. And shout out to Rodney O, and my love and respect goes to Joe Cooley, who's been going through a lot of stuff because of holler at us. Holler at us. Holler at us. Holler at us. You hear us though. Holler at us. All right.
This video didn't get to play. DJ Third Degree, Coast to Coast Hip Hop Show, he did a shout out and I wasn't able to play it. The format wasn't working. So I just thank you so much for sending the video and taking the time.
And also big shout out to my man Nasty Ness from Seattle for sending a dope video. And all the love that Jeff is receiving right now, believe me, he knows it, he feels it, and all the love is being returned back to all of us. So everybody, be sure to support your local community projects and be on the lookout for more stuff concerning General Jeff.
That's right, man. Thank you, fam, and thank you, DJ Mark Love, for coming and repping with us, man. Real talk. Dani, Killafournya. It's the Oracle edition every fourth Monday on the B-Side show, man. We out of here. Peace.